Marston's Domain.
Hey everyone, Marston here, and with Mario Party Superstars looking like it's going to have DLC, based on a previous video that I've already done, I thought it'd be cool to kind of talk about what maybe we could see for DLC. So with this, I think they could go one of three ways, and I'm trying to be realistic with this with how I think they could handle it. So yes, it could be fun to say, I think they'll add 6 million boards and 6 million minigames, but I want to try to keep this grounded to a level where I think these are the routes they could go. So one route I think they could go, which I think is a little unlikely, but I think they could have almost like a fighter's pass except for Mario Party, where they could give us one new board, 10 new minigames, and a new character, and they could have maybe 5 of those packs, and you could choose to buy the whole thing as a pass. Because even though characters in this game aren't going to change things like a character in Smash would, I think it'd still be cool to have the opportunity to get more characters for the roster, and I think it'd be just a cool bonus for a DLC pack. And 10 minigames might not sound like a lot, but when it's mixed in to something that's already randomly picked, I think it can actually change a lot. And that's how I felt about Mario Kart 8 DLC on the Wii U. Because on the Switch, you have all the tracks, but on the Wii U, we actually got some as DLC. And what was cool about that was that we got used to all the tracks that we had, and then when they added the DLC, when you went online, you weren't guaranteed to get a DLC track. So it being mixed in with all the other tracks, it made it more refreshing and gave it more longevity, I feel like, instead of just burning yourself out from all the tracks from the get-go. The only question about this DLC method would be, is one board per pack really worth it? So I think that's where this route they probably wouldn't go, because if it's $5.99 a pop for each one of these packs and they have 5 of them, that seems pretty steep for what you're getting. But the only thing is, I think with the other route, which is the one that I think they will go, is that there's just a standard, you can get 5 new boards, it's one pack, you buy it, that's that. And there'd be no new minigames, there'd be no new characters, it's just 5 boards, here you go. Now that would still be great, but I feel like it wouldn't be as fun as the other method. But the problem with the other method is that it could feel like you're not getting enough content. Which leads me to my last thing that they could do, where they just go all out, and you can just get a pack that has 5 boards, new minigames, and new characters. However, I think that's just asking for a lot, and I don't think they're going to do that. I think that's a lot of content to have packed into a DLC thing for it to be a fair price. I think they could do it, but I think that could end up being pricey, and I would argue that Nintendo is really fair when it comes to DLC, so I think they wouldn't want to do that, because then they'd probably want to charge quite a bit, and I just don't see them doing that. So maybe the compromise with all of this is that maybe they have a couple separate packs, they come with maybe 2 boards, and then the extra minigames and an extra character. Because I think if they have 2 boards a pack, along with extra minigames and a character, I think as long as they can nail the pricing, people would probably be on board with that. Because don't get me wrong, any additional content will be great. Even if we don't get any additional content, I'm just excited for the game. But any DLC would be cool, it's just, I think it'd be a shame if we only got new boards. Because, I mean, I don't know. Maybe the minigames will never get boring, or will never get old. I mean, these are minigames that we grew up loving. But me experiencing Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U the way I did with how they added the tracks later, it was really cool because you had a full game there to begin with. And with Mario Party Superstars, with how many minigames we know of, I think there's a full game there. So if they were to throw in extra minigames over time, I think it could just really add to the experience and really allow it for it to take a really long time to get old. And who knows, maybe it would never get old. But to have new content mixed in with old, it's definitely a cool thing I got to experience in Mario Kart 8 for Wii U, and I'd really like to experience that for Mario Party. And even though boards have a really big effect to how the game is played, you'd still be just doing the same minigames. Which again, isn't terrible, and I think it'll be fine, but I hope they go that extra mile. But either way, like I've always said, I'm really excited for this game, so I don't care even if it doesn't have DLC, but if it does, those are the 3 ways I think they could go about it. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy this and want to support my content, feel free to subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone.